subscribers. I've been gaining, a couple subscribers a day. I appreciate y'all. If y'all don't mind, share this video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button and stuff. And let's try to keep growing on this channel. The last couple days has been kind of rough on me. I've lost a family member to me. My little dog, we had to put her to sleep. So, I've been kind of in the dumps lately. So she's home now. We've had her cremated. So trying to, cope with the loss. But anyways, let's get on with the video today. And I want to show you what we are going to do today. As you can see right here, I have a big box from rockauto.com. I got online, looked for the fender liners for my car. The ZL1 fender liners are different than the SS because on the bottom of the bumper of the ZL1 bumper, there's like a little section that kind of all screws together for support and structure strength. So I ordered these off of Rock Auto because these are the cheapest that I have found them. I think it was like $17 for one side and it was $18 for the other side. Why it was like that, I don't know. But anyhow, that's the cheapest I found them. I looked on eBay, they wanted $42 a piece for them. And that's a bit too much for me for fender liners. So that's what's in this box here. And I also went to Harbor Freight. I picked up a nut rivet gun. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our rear spoiler off of the back of the car because it is leaking a little bit of water, so I have to take it off anyways to reseal it. So I figure I was like, well, if I'm going to take it off and we're not going to use them cheap screws that it came with. So went to Harbor Freight, got one of these. My buddy Lee, with the green Camaro that y'all probably seen, the shock yellow car. He ordered one off of Amazon, which was pretty good because I used it to do something in the house. And it came with a lot of rivets for that kit. And I just don't have an Amazon Prime account, so I'm too lazy to make one. So I went down to Harbor Freight, picked this little cheap one up. It did come with a few little nut rivets in there, as you can tell. They came with a 632 insert, 8/32, a 10/24, and a 1/4 inch insert. So we'll find out which one is going to be the best idea to put in the car. Also, I ordered, let me find them here. I ordered for the lip underneath the car. There's a plastic piece that sits underneath here. I don't know where they're at currently right now. But I ordered, man, I wasn't prepared. But anyways, I ordered a set of plastic rivets, which we need to put those back in. I try to use aluminum ones on my buddy's Alex car because we changed the front end of his car with a stock SS because he had an incident also with these. I guess the black Camaros have huge issues with hitting stuff and messing the bumper up. So I ordered a bunch of them. I think I gave like $8 for 50 piece of them. So we're going to be installing that plastic piece along the... Alrighty, so after a little bit of searching, I did find my rivets. They're kind of long or whatnot, but we're gonna hope they work. They go in these plastic trim pieces like this. You got to take out your push pins, your 3 push pins, and they go right up here. All right, so we ran into a little bit of a problem with putting the rivets in the these plastic pieces. Obviously, you need a special rivet or something for these because they're pretty big. Let it focus on it there. But anyways, they won't. These are too big, and I try to use my rivet gun, and this is the biggest one I have, and it won't fit in there. It's just a tad bit too small, and I think you need like a special rivet gun to install these plastic ones. So I don't have it. So I'm gonna look around and see if my buddy that works in the body shop, maybe he has the right rivet gun, and I can go by there sometime and pop these in real quick. But we still are going to install these. We're just going to hold them in with the push pins. So that way we'll have at least a trim up there until we can get the right rivet gun, or have to get a smaller rivet that'll work in that gun right there. So let's go ahead, let's install these. Let's open this box up and let me show you what I got that'll finish up the front end. Well, partially finish up the front end of this car. Inner fenders, fender wheels or whatnot, you can tell they're kind of cheaply made. They're not real like a factory type, but I didn't give very much for these, and well, quite frankly, you won't see them inside the fender well. So now on these pieces right here is what attaches to the bottom of the bumper, and you need these are different than the SS model because they only come down to somewhere right in here, and you need this for the structure part of the front bumper. So like I said, I got the left. Now, this may help some of y'all to take the wheel off. I'm not going to take the wheel off because I've done this plenty of times, messing with this and never had to take the wheel off. So let's go ahead. I think I'll have to turn this wheel. Take out, there's two Torx heads on my wheel guard here, rock guard, whatever you want to call it. And there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 push pins that hold this in. So let's go ahead, let's turn this wheel, and let's get this off. All right, so here's the stock one off of the SS. Don't mind the wiring because I had underglow on the car at some point and it got messed up, so I went ahead and cut the wires on it. Up here you can see where it's, like I said, it's kind of cut even across. And here you got this piece right in here, and I'm gonna show you underneath the car here. And as you can tell, it's got this piece here that goes around, and you got these holes here. It's supposed to have clips in them, and I don't have the clips, and they'll screw onto those right there also. All right, so I got this driver's side fender liner in. All the holes lined up for the push pins, the bolts right there for the side skirts and stuff. They lined up. The ones up here lined up. Alrighty, so what we have to do now is right here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little square things, and they need these insert pieces like this. I'll probably have to go to the Chevy dealership and get these if I can't find them in a hardware store. So we need 4 of them to put in here to run the bolts in these. I don't know exactly what these yellow tabs are for. If anybody knows, comment below and let me know. You know what bolts to that, I don't know. Also, I am going to be getting the cooling ducts that come off of these, and they run right here through this opening piece right here. I think it stops right there and it puts the air on the brakes. Alrighty, so you can tell I got them zip tied in 3 spots. I couldn't get this one zip tied, so hopefully the wind don't catch it. And as you can tell, I put a bolt or a little nut like the ones I have over here, right there. So that's going to stay up there. So let's go ahead. Let's get the passenger side done, and we'll move on to the spoiler. Here it is a couple days later from working on the front bumper, installing the fender liners. Things got a little busy after I got doing that, so I didn't get a chance to get to the spoiler. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and remove the spoiler. I'm not going to board you with removing the spoiler because you see me doing it a couple times. There's other videos out there showing how to remove the spoiler. So let me go ahead and get that off, and I'll show you what we're going to do to it. Alrighty, so we got the spoiler off. We got all, what is it, all 6 bolts out of it. And this one right here, I messed it up by drilling the hole in the trunk, and I got in there and messed the threads up. So what we're going to do for that is, I got this rivet nut gun, and we're going to try to put one of these rivet nuts in there, and we're going to put it back on the trunk, and we're going to see how well it holds up right there on that end before I mess these holes up and totally screw the spoiler up. So let's go ahead, let's open this package up, and let's try to get a nut rivet in there. Alrighty, so what I'm going to try to use the 1024 insert. It's the small one. When we try to put it in the hole, it's just a tad bit big. So we're going to use the drill there. We're going to drill it out just a tad bit so we can get this insert to go in. Then we're going to use the tool to flare it out, and we're going to stick it back on the car and see how well it holds up. Don't mess up by drilling the hole too big. It's easier just to go a little bit at a time, because if you make it too big, well, you have to find the bigger nut rivets. And it does look like inside there, it does look like it has a little bit of metal. So, there we go. So you stick it in there and make sure it's in there flush. Go down one, squeeze it one time, roll it in there just a tad bit more. And that's how you install these. So, all right, so I don't have no bolts for these rivet nuts, so let's run down to Roll King and let's pick up some bolts. All right, so we came here to Roll King. They didn't have the bolt with a hex head on it. I think the smallest thing they had was a 1/4 inch. So I think I have a pack of bolts there at the house. In a package of bolts that I had from a truck that I cleaned out from work. So I'm gonna go home. I should have checked out while I was there at the house, but if not, then I may have to drill that one out and get a bigger, put the bigger insert in it and kind of go from there. So let's head back to the house. All right, so we're heading back to Roll King because obviously the bolts that I had at home was not the ones that I needed. They were bigger and they were coarse thread, and these inserts are not coarse threads or fine thread. So let's go back to Roll King. Let's pick those up and get back to the house, and we'll install it and see what happens. Alrighty, so we went back in Roll King and I got a small pack of the 1024 bolts there that we need for the inserts. So we're heading back to the house. We're gonna put it back on, and let's hope that that insert doesn't spin inside the spoiler. If it does, then, well, we got a problem then. So, all right, let's get back to the house. All right, so now we're back from Roll King. So I bought some bolts that's gonna go in here, like that. I do have a washer that's gonna go over it. That way the bolt don't go through the trunk. So let's go ahead. Let's try to test fit this and see how well it pulls it down. This side right here is secured, and it doesn't move. So, and I tightened it down on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this back off, and we're gonna go ahead and put the inserts into the rest of the spoiler. Tightened up and whatnot, you just go back, you just put your garments back in, you put your trunk liner back in and whatnot, and that'll be it for the spoiler. So I think it works a lot better if you put the inserts inside the spoiler instead of using the screws that come with it. Just make sure when you put the inserts in that they are in there secure, because you don't want them to start spinning inside the spoiler. And if they do, well, you will have to cut your spoiler up or figure out how you're going to cut the bolt off on the deck lid to get your spoiler off, so you can try to put a different insert in. So I hope you enjoyed this video of on the spoiler and the inner liners, or fender liners. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.